AI art.
Actually, I kind of like AI art. Like, it can be pretty cool. And I understand why people don't like it. They sucked up all our data without asking. It's really bad for the environment. That stuff's all bad. I get it. But I look at the comments sections and I catch the vibe, and I'm not sure like what people actually think, like what do real artists think. And luckily, recently I was at my local Planet Fitness on the elliptical, looking at the 50 TVs tuned to the worst trash on broadcast when I saw the commercial for the 2025 Southwest Arts Festival in Coachella, held on the same grounds as Coachella. And I thought to myself, I could just go there, I can talk to artists, see how they actually feel, get a temp check. And the other thing is, like, I've never been to Coachella, like real Coachella. And so you know I'm gonna dress for it, bitch. I'm gonna walk around, I'm gonna check out the art, I'm gonna see if I can detect if anybody's actually using AI in their art, and if so, I'd love to talk to them about it. But if not, I just want to sort of get a temp check on AI art with the art crowd. I think I know what the answer is gonna be, but let's find out.
There was a sign at the entrance that basically said, I can film anyone and nobody could stop me, and that greatly empowered me.
So that's good news. So far, I'm not seeing anything that I can guarantee is AI. I can see stuff that I'm like, I guess they could have used AI to assist them, but so far, I'm seeing mostly human hands. I do like this thing. That's a nice paint. This calms me. Is any of this AI? Do you use it all in like photo retouching or anything like that? Excuse me. Do you know if I could talk to anybody just like about the festival generally? I'm trying to make a video about AI art, and I kind of want to know like what the policy was for the festival.
Well, we could get our CEO Brandon when he gets a chance, where we could schedule a phone call meeting for you.
Brandon never called. Yeah, so at this point, I was feeling awkward. The vibes were not Coachella vibes as I thought. The vibes are like flea market, you know. I was really sticking out. And so I found the only other person that seemed dressed for the fest.
No question?
I'm making a video about AI art, and I feel like I've walked around, and you're the only person I feel like I've seen around here that I'm like, that guy's probably fucked with AI. Is that true?
Yeah.
It is true. How do you feel about it?
I feel like it's a new generation of art. I really do. There's so many possibilities available that we haven't even explored yet. So it's a very exciting time.
What have you done with it?
I created pieces that I've never even thought I could, and that's what I find exciting. And I'm 72 years old. I mean, it's a whole new world for me.
And I feel like that's kind of rare coming from someone who has the skills to make, real art.
Yeah, it is real art.
I know. I guess, yeah. I guess
there's nothing that should be limiting to art at all. Nothing.
What was the kind of stuff you were making? Like what couldn't you do, and what did it allow you to do?
More dimension than ever before. I mean, so things that jump off of the canvas or whatever you're making it on can jump off to you and sort of like fly in space, and that's exciting to me, rather than having flat art all the time.
The stuff you made, have you incorporated it into any of your actual work, or was this just experimentation?
Experimentation, yeah. I'm still trying to work all that out. It's always a learning experience. If you stop learning, you die.
Yeah, I agree. Well, most people would say like an AI art isn't learning. It's like cheating. It's you're just typing in something and getting something out. And so what would you say to that?
But it's still art. It's like the gentleman next to me who uses cutouts. I mean, it's still art. And again, the only thing I can tell you is there is no limitation, and you should not limit yourself on anything in your life.
To me, I compare it to like ceramics or something like that, like doing like when you throw a glaze on something and you're like, I have no idea what's going to happen, and it comes out and you iterate and iterate.
Right.
So that's how I sort of see it, and like you said, like collage, like this guy. So I think
anyway, that's my opinion. Is there should be no limit ever put on an artist. You shouldn't keep yourself in a box at all. I am learning things now that I never even knew were possible, and that's why I'm so much more thrilled in the world right now, is what I've got coming ahead in the next few years.
What do you mean by that?
Well, I don't like being pinpoint. As you can see from my art, there's nothing, they're not repetitious of each other.
Yeah, it's true. There's a lot of different styles.
A lot of different styles. That's what I'm into, is different styles, different techniques. So that's why I'm open to new experiences.
That makes sense. So you've already been sort of like leaping around with techniques and styles, and so AI is probably just one more thing.
One
it's
more
like
technique, exactly. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. What do you create?
I make videos.
Well, yeah, but that's something new.
Yeah, I mean, this is new for me. I haven't shot with this is a 360 cam, and I haven't done a lot with that, so this is new for me. It's fun. I love it. Looks so funny when you pop it out, like you make stuff look so ridiculous. So that's what I love about this. So I make videos, I make music, but yeah, no, I'm on the same page as you. What would you say about I feel like the one thing that I have to like concede is that all of these AI models had to like ingest like almost the whole history of art and pictures on the internet in order to then spit out what they do.
We've all learned from previous artists. Van Gogh, all of them. I've created things that were very Dali, that were from my dreams. When I've created something from a dream and then woke up, put it on canvas, and exactly the way I dreamt it, and that's to me is unchallenged. You can't judge it one way or another. We can't judge. Well, this line is off. This just should be this way. A giraffe should look like this. Well, not in a Dali kind of mentality, which I'm finding I've got, and that's thrilling beyond compare. I've got a new one now that is just going to blow away any kind of stable art.
That's awesome.
That's off the wall completely, and I'm
awesome.
Thrilled about it.
And so these things that you're talking about, these are incorporating the AI.
Yeah.
And like, is it fully, or are you sort of like what?
Just pieces here and there, so you can see the blend, how you can blend it all together, with the old concepts with the new concepts. That's the way of the future, because your generation and younger, they're bored with all this contemporary stuff, old stuff. They're bored with it all. It's like, oh, that was that. Where's ours? Where's our voice? That was the thing with my generation. We wanted to know where's our voice, and that's continued. You guys got to have your own voice.
I feel like most people my age are not everyone, but I feel like everyone's sort of anti-AI because of the economic thing. They think it's like stealing, that they've ingested all this art from popular artists, and now they're just like regurgitating it, and they want pay. Do you feel like there should be any sort of like reparations or anything like that to artists as a whole?
No. That's what an artist is, a rebel. That's what an artist is a rebel. Whether you're doing contemporary or whether you're copying somebody else, you're still a rebel. There's something about it you've changed in one way or another. You cannot copy somebody else's exactly.
There's artists who are saying, like, if you type in my name into the, like, Dali or something like that, and then, cow, then you'll get a cow in the style of this artist online, and they're like, that is copying my style.
Right.
Like, I put a lot of years into, like, developing that style, and now it's just ganked from this machine.
Yeah.
Do you have any sympathy for this person?
But you're still not going to paint it that way. You're not going to use that piece. You're going to do your own version. Whether it's close or not, it's going to be your version. So it's still coming out of your mind and onto your hand, onto your brush, or whatever tool you're using. It's making that loop to create what you're creating.
I'm on your page, but I feel like people are just like their mind halts at the.
People are restricted by a lot of things in this world, and I can tell that you're not.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, so that's what I would tell you: is people let people control them, and that's the worst thing they can do about themselves. Not be an individual and express their own ways. So I gave that up when I was 11.
What happened to when you were 11?
I told the world, fuck you, and I'm doing it my way.
Why? That seems very significant for you. What happened at age 11?
I was born that way. I was born headstrong, and I would tell people off, and I would just say I'm going to do it my way, and I did it my way, and I have no regrets.
That's a great attitude.
Yeah.
You seem like a really cool person, David.
I hope I've helped you.
You did, actually. You're the first person I talked. Like, I passed you. I was like, this guy's fucked with AI.
Yes. Well, you are too.
All right.
Anyway,
well,
good luck with it.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for talking to me.
Later.
Okay.
So David was great, and he gave me the confidence to approach more artists. And as I neared a tent with paintings of colorful characters, I heard the word NFT.
NFT series kind of work.
And one thing's for sure, where there are NFTs, there is AI.
Okay, I just heard this guy say NFT. He's fucked with AI, so we're gonna see what he thinks.
I saw one of his paintings that looked like it could have been AI.
This kind of looks like this. The way that the Lakers has the M right there. Maybe that's. I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something. Excuse me. Excuse me, are you the artist? Can I talk to you about the art? And
what's up?
Well, I'm just making a video about AI art, and I heard you say NFTs to someone else. I'm like, this guy's fucked with AI. So I feel like you'd have an opinion on it. What do you think?
It's the new world. Talk to my guy. He's the tech guy. But it's all new and upcoming. So we're going to drop it pretty soon.
But what does that mean?
What do you mean?
What do you mean it's new and upcoming, and what is new and upcoming, and we're going to drop it soon?
Everything.
AI related? What do you mean by that? I just need a little clarity. What do you mean?
What do you mean?
I just mean, well, have you used AI in any of this stuff yet?
No.
No, not yet. But you are soon, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
And how is that stuff different? What's coming up?
What do you mean?
Well, this is your current stuff. How did your use of AI in your new stuff that's coming up change the way it looked, and how is it different?
No, man. Ask AI.
I wasn't sure what I was laughing at.
All right, well, this guy's a rascal. I guess this guy's his technical person. I'll ask him, all right? Maybe my questions are stupid. I don't know.
The guy seemed kind of annoyed by me, which I don't know why.
Excuse me. Are you just the kind of artist who just like doesn't like to talk about your art? Is that kind of what you're trying to say to me? Is like you don't like to analyze it too much or talk about it?
No, I just don't like. Yeah, it's all good.
I'm not trying to. I'm honestly. I just want you to know what you think about it. Okay. Well, okay.
I am not really sure why I rubbed him the wrong way. Perhaps the midriff? I don't know. I think he thought I was trying to make him say something stupid on camera. And as I waited to talk to his partner, he kept trying to shoo me away.
What's your name, man?
Ryan,
What are you doing?
you told me to talk to your guy about the AI.
Come on, man.
I think though that whenever. What are you? I'm sorry. What are you worried? What are you worried about?
I mean, it's.
I'm pro. I wanted to say I'm pro AI. I'm not gonna like be like I got you. AI is bad. I honestly like it. So I don't know if that's what you're worried about. Okay.
Anyway, I finally got to talk to his partner, Jaren, who was actually pretty cool. And the craziest thing about Jaren is that he told me that he is fully doxed himself, that everyone who has invested in his meme coin knows where he lives. So if he rug pulls them, they can come, I don't know, kill him or something? I don't know. He also assured me that nothing on display is AI.
I heard you guys say NFT, so it's like these guys have probably fucked around with AI, and so I just wanted to get some vibe check.
AI.
That's what he told me, but he said that that he has a project coming up that is going to use it a lot, and I started asking him questions about it. He didn't really have any answers for like how you're using it.
The only AI. Are you recording this?
Yeah, I'm recording it now.
Okay, so the only AI is we're building a video game and around these characters, right? And the AI, we use OpenAI just like I did in the past to balance the move sets. So that's what we're going to be doing.
Interesting. So nothing in the art is going to be using AI. It's more for the video game.
100%. Him handing me a folder of NFTs. So he hands me the ears, the eyes, the outfits, and it's a randomizer, which is
Right.
JavaScript. But the AI is used to balance the mechanics of a video game, not to produce like the content.
Got it. Okay. How do you feel about AI art in general? Do you have any opinions on it?
I mean, I've been on Mid-Journey since the beginning, since their alpha. Very familiar with Stable Diffusion. I mean, I'm a software developer.
So you fuck with this.
Yeah,
It's
of
fun.
course.
Is it fun for you? Do you like it? Like, what do you think?
I also got their Tangible magazine, so it's still in the wrapper. I'm like, it's going to change many things.
What's Tangible Magazine? I haven't heard of that.
Like, this is tangible art. We can touch it.
Oh, I thought you were talking. Oh,
It's tangible. So they came out. Mid-Journey releases a magazine every month that you can flip through.
that's all the Mid-Journey art. That's pretty awesome. I didn't know that.
And with the prompts underneath it.
It's really awesome, actually.
I mean, it's all about prompt engineering, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So, but does it replace something like this?
You think that there's something about the human hand and like physical, or what do you think like the X factor is that a computer doesn't have?
Whenever you come out here and this has all been physically drawn, right, by an artist, yeah, AI can do it, and sure, we could train the models to produce similar, but there's still a magic to it, right? And to me, I'd rather have a physical artist that I can call and say, hey, spin me up another 20 assets, like these pickleball paddles, which I could put that into a pickleball or into a model, but I'd rather have his interpretation of it. It still gives the human aspect to it.
Cool.
What's your interpretation?
Oh, the AI art. I think it's a tool. I think it's a tool like any other. I was talking to another guy over there. I said to me, I think it's similar to like when you put a glaze on a pot and you're like, I have no idea how this is going to come out. And then, 2 days later.
Sometimes it's chaotic and it can open up like your mind to like different things. But sometimes it's just complete trash.
I think most of the time it's complete trash. And actually, my opinion is like most art is complete trash, including AI art.
Right. And that's why you got to go with somebody. Did it take a month to show him the layering and all the different pieces of creating this? Yeah. But now could we spin up another version of NFTs in, a week? Yes. You can draw these ears and eyes. But there's a style to them, right?
Yeah, I think we'll always maybe. To me, I wonder if we just fetishize the human hand. Like we see the real paint strokes, and we're like, okay, a human touched this, and so that means they spent time on it. Yeah. And whether or not it's good or not, there's something about like, okay, well, I can tell. There's the handprints there.
That's cool. What I forecast is you'll have more people who understand the art and they get into AI. And then when I ask for a folder of new arms or new accessories, they prompt engineer it, but they understand the keywords at a deeper level.
Yeah, I don't know if I have any more questions.
Hey, thanks for the interview.
Thank you. Yeah.
Here,
What was your name?
Jaron Hines.
Jaron Hines.
I'm with Crits.
Crits?
Yeah, that's our meme coin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What was it? Where is it?
I had a realization when talking to Jaron. NFTs, in trying to create non-fungible tokens, end up creating extremely fungible art. It all looks the same. The parts, the eyes, the ears, the accessories. It all has that Bored Ape look. They've all got those fungible, interchangeable parts. And the way that these are made, this sort of random slot machine assembly line, is a common feature of NFTs. And it makes me wonder if there's this obsession with fungibility and modularity because of their focus on crypto. Like, the system's thinking expresses itself not just in the mechanics of the NFTs, but in their aesthetics and construction. I almost want to say this qualifies it as like some kind of folk art, but I don't know if I'd go that far. And I understand why people who hated NFTs probably also now hate AI art. AI art has that similar slot machine creation method, and a lot of the worst AI art and NFTs leverage this automation to barf out slop in hopes something makes money. And when you prioritize speed and profit over actual artistic expression, everything starts to look the same. Anyways, that dude that was running away from me before, he saw me talking to Darren for a while, and I guess he trusted me, so we did fist bump. I didn't film it, so I just used AI to make this video of us fist bumping and smiling. And actually, the first time I ran this through the AI, it made us kiss. The next guy I talked to was selling t-shirts, and this is the kind of person that I thought would be using AI art, but it turns out he wasn't.
I've been looking at it, but I haven't made any yet.
You haven't made anything?
Yeah, because I thought about doing AI. But I think it is art. I mean, that's my opinion. You know, like if I see something I like, it's creative. You know,
It doesn't matter if
it comes from. For me, that's how I think. Anyhow.
Where does your stuff come from currently?
I have 3 guys who do most of this. What is it? Freer? Do you know Freer Illustrators? That it's an online thing you do. Yeah.
Do you feel like if you switched over to AI that you would probably hire them less?
I don't think so.
You'd still keep working with them? But what if it turns out the AI is better than the guys you're hiring?
The guys are hiring, which will most likely happen, right, with the progression of the time, you know. But I don't know, man. We'll see.
This next artist was making some stuff that I actually thought was really awesome, and also had like a lot of like astronauts, which is a common subject matter in AI art for some reason. So I wanted to ask her about that, and also I really like this rocket painting.
Yeah, I like that. I like how it's busting out of the frame.
Oh, thank you.
Have you? Oh, what happened? Wind? Was that the wind?
Yes.
Oh, damn. Has that happened before?
Not yet.
Oh.
This is pretty solid, luckily. I'm gonna take that off.
Where do you get all the frames?
I find them on Facebook Marketplace mostly.
They're very nice.
Thank you. Yeah, I do full-time van life, so I travel.
Oh, me too.
So it's sweet, yeah, fellow van lifer. But because I'm all over the place, it's easy to find frames kind of as I'm passing through places.
Yeah, no, that rules. I like how it's a little bit burnt too. That's a really nice little touch.
Thank you.
So AI art, how do you feel about it?
I mean, obviously AI is very controversial right now. I would say I lean a little more negative on it, but I'm not worried. Who I truly worry for is like animators, graphic designers, illustrators, because those jobs are already being replaced. As far as what I do, selling in the emerging artist field, so like sub $10,000 pieces, I'm not super worried about it. I mean, ask me again in 3 years, right? Because AI is the worst it's ever going to be. It's only going to get better. But the whole reason people buy from emerging artists, they're not there's maybe a few people that are buying super early emerging artists hoping that they blow up and it's an investment, but mostly they're buying because they have a connection with the artists, and you're not going to get that connection through AI art. I have seen some AI art with people that were developers in the field very early on. I think that can be kind of cool if they have a story connected with actually developing AI. But for the most part, I don't see a market for it in the emerging to high-end art market. We'll see. Time will tell.
So you feel like if an artist uses AI, then there will be no connection? Or are you saying that people using AI to replace, like say they want to put art in their house, they would go to an AI image generator and then create it there? Is that what you're saying, as opposed to, then that doesn't replace a real artist? Or are you saying artists who use AI will not replace artists who don't use AI?
That's what artists who use AI, I don't really worry about them replacing artists that don't use it. I am seeing AI art at art shows where artists are literally just lying and saying they're not using it. They're printing it out.
I was looking for some here and I don't think there's any.
I didn't see any here. You notice that a lot more in the cities like LA, Manhattan, Miami, a lot in the pop art field, which is my genre. Because it's, I think, easier to hide it in that.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of your subject matter is like a similar subject matter as like a lot of people love fucking spacesuits and like
you
machines.
See a lot of AI art in that genre. I went to school for aerospace engineering, which is why I paint a lot of astronauts. The thing is, right now, artists are getting away with that, but as the consumer gets more educated, I don't see that being a sustainable path for selling art. I could be wrong because maybe it'll just get so good you won't be able to tell. But you saw the same thing happen with digital art, where a lot of people were, and I don't think there's necessarily anything wrong with digital art. Where it becomes wrong is when you're lying and saying you painted it, right? 5-10 years ago, I saw people passing off digital art as painted art, and the consumer's too educated now. They're not falling for it. And I think you're going to see the same thing happen with AI art. So if you're going to be selling AI art and lying that you painted it, you better do it now, because I don't think you're going to get away with it much longer. Now, I think there's nothing morally wrong with selling AI art if you're honest about it. Am I the biggest fan of AI art? No. I think it can be a good tool for reference photos.
What about the controversy around that most of these models have ingested tons and tons of art so that they can basically spit out remixes of art that has been created by people? Does that rub you the wrong way, or how do you feel about that?
I don't have a strong opinion about that, because I feel like our brains as humans, as human artists, do that, right? We're influenced by everything we've ever seen, and essentially we do the same thing. Now, not on the level that AI can do it, but if you're posting your art on the internet, just know it's going to be reposted on Pinterest, it's going to be reposted on Instagram. Like, I post my art online knowing it's going to be seen and potentially copied, and AI is just part of the online landscape. So is it great? No, but I feel pretty neutral on that.
So you feel like the AIs themselves are much like people ingesting like references, and just like the way a person would see tons and tons of paintings throughout their life and be influenced by them, a artificial intelligence has the same right to explore the art world and then use those as like reference points.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's necessarily the right thing to do, but it's a very similar thing to what people do, just on a millionth times as large of a scale. Now, would it be great if these companies doing that paid the artists that are referencing it? Like, sure, but it would kind of be like a class action lawsuit. Like, each artist would be getting 20 cents, you know? Like, it's just not realistic. So you can feel emotionally however you want to feel about it, but realistically, I don't think it's that much different as just what artists have been doing for hundreds of years of looking at other art, and then you need to find your own voice, but your own voice is an amalgamation of everything you've seen.
Yeah, I know. I agree that, like, I wish there was some way to, like, pay artists. I feel like I just want a whole different world that doesn't, where people wouldn't have to, like, you know.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
Take care of their basic needs.
It's just never going to happen. Yeah. So, like, there's how you feel and there's what's realistic, right? And that's kind of how I look at it. I'm not against using it potentially for reference photos, especially, like, I use a lot of astronauts, and I could, in whatever AI generator, be like, astronaut, cowboy, riding on the moon, and it would spit something out that maybe I could use. I haven't done that yet. I'm open to it, but I would never just print out a generated image and put it in my artwork.
To you, if there were an artist who did just that, do you feel like they're less of an artist or anything like that? Like someone who just goes to like DALL-E or whatever, puts in a description, it spits it out, they print it out, they want to sell it. Is that less than, are they doing the same thing an artist has always done, or is this something different now?
I think morally there's nothing wrong with it as long as they're honest with their buyers that it is just AI generated and not painted at all. Do I look down on that? Yes. But there's been a level of that in the art world for forever. So like, because I use acrylics, sometimes artists that use oil, they're like, oh, you use acrylics, you know? So there's there's always been that hierarchy.
So acrylic is like the AI art to oil painters.
I mean,
like,
not necessarily. That's just an example. There's always going to be that hierarchy of artists that look down on other things because it's not as technically correct or not as classic or not as hard. So that, yes, personally, I would look down on an artist just printing out AI generated images. But do I have ground to stand on there? I mean, I think so, but other people would disagree with me, and I'm aware of that. Does that make sense?
No, I agree. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I agree. It's like, are they not an artist? I don't know.
Yeah, I hesitate to say someone's not an artist. It's the same thing of like a lot of full-time artists look down on artists that do it part-time. I don't think that makes you any less of an artist, but everyone kind of has that different line. I don't know where I stand on that.
Yeah, like I'm not like an art expert, but I know that like who's the dude who does all the dots?
Pointillism.
Famous dude, like the giant paintings of, and the other guy who does the big balloon animals. What's that dude's name?
I know who you're talking about. I'm blanking on the name too.
I'll put it in the video.
A lot of people have always kind of shit on pop artists, contemporary artists, because they're like, and then the other thing that happens in the art world is once you get to that level of like that, I'm blanking on his name, but the balloon animal artist, his art's selling for millions and millions of dollars. He doesn't make it anymore.
Yeah, that's what I was going to get at.
He has employees that make it for him, but he does actually come up with the original concept, which is different than AI. So it's like, that's why I think also it sucks for digital artists, because before digital artists would come up with the concept, and yes, they are making it digitally, they're not hand painting it, but they came up with the original concept as long as they're not copying something. AI is even a step below that, where you're just typing a phrase and then the AI generates it.
Yeah, in my mind, I'm like, I can't remember, what is that guy's name?
It's not Hearst. It's Damien Hearst,
No.
but it's like someone who came up along with
Yeah,
him
yeah.
in the auction houses.
But like, I feel like whenever he has like a new thing, he's like, all right, I want a giant balloon animal, blah, blah, blah. And then his like minions make it. And so I wonder like, what is he doing that is, I feel like it's a similar dynamic to a image generator almost.
It is. But also, he didn't always do that, right?
Yeah.
He worked up to doing that. And so there's something to be said about that as well.
We got to think of that guy's name. What is it? Balloon Animals.
You're gonna
Michael
have to edit that
Jackson.
in
He does the
later.
Michael Jackson.
I know. Yeah, I can't believe I'm blanking on that, but you'll have to edit it.
It's one of the most popular artists there is.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Diane Portwood. Buy her stuff.
Oh, thank you.
All right. Well, thank you.
Oh, thank you so much.
Nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you as well.
Finally, I did run into someone who had the opinion that I thought most people would have.
Hello. Okay. Is this yours?
His name is Winston Trahicon, and he's a therapeutic nurse from Germany.
And why are you hyping him up? Is this your stuff, or are you?
He is my brother, and he donated paintings to my foundation.
I'm asking artists about AI art, like using AI in their art.
Sure.
Are you an artist, or are you just representing?
No, I'm a curator.
You're just a curator?
I'm a curator.
Oh, okay. So do you have any opinions about it? About AI stuff?
Basically, AI can help, but for art, I think it's very discouraging sometimes because art is real, like AI, probably in some fields for writing and some information on a piece of property. On some industries, it's helpful, but not in the creation of the art.
Okay. So do you feel like you're saying you want physical stuff, canvas, paint, all that real stuff? But like, I mean, there are digital artists, people who make things on iPads. I mean, that's art.
Yeah, but you see, you can no longer determine which is original art. So that's where we should draw the line. Because if you're buying art as an original, how can you tell it's original or not?
NFTs, baby, the blockchain. I guess one person said that like collage, collage is an art that, the person is just cutting stuff out that's in a magazine or something like that and arranging it. And sometimes I feel like that's what AI feels like too, where it's like, it's more of like a collage.
It's a form of art. Don't get me wrong, but it's just that it's not an original. You didn't create that piece that you made as a collage. So pretty much.
So to you, collage is maybe a rung down from like something that's like a painting that's just purely from the mind of the artist.
That's right, exactly. I think
collage
so.
Is a low, and then AI is even lower, maybe not even art at all.
Yeah. Well, it depends on how you use it. Because some people would use AI to create packaging, invitations, print, not for sale, not to sell it, but to use it as an end user.
So you're saying like in the decorative arts or things that are less, high art can never, AI can never make high art, but it can make decorative stuff. That's what you're saying?
Yeah, and as long as you're not copying an artist that has an intellectual property, I don't think there's a violation as long as the end user knows that it's printed by AI.
So you're pro AI, just not in the art world. You feel like this is the domain of humans. Is that kind of how you feel?
Yeah, but I'm kind of thinking of journalists who are going to get out of work. They won't have jobs because AI is already there. And even you, if you're vlogging, somebody else can vlog like you because of AI. And they can take on your personality.
Hi, everyone. I'm Elon Musk. Money. Give to you.
That'd be crazy.
Identity.
That would be nuts.
So that's something you have to be very careful because nobody will know if it's you or not. Who can tell? That's a very, very gray area on AI. Just be very careful.
Thank you. Thank you for the warning. All right. Well, nice to meet you. What was your name?
My name is Polly Trahico. I'm pleased to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I'm Ryan.
Ryan Man.
Yeah. Ryan
I enjoy talking to you.
I know. I like talking to you too. Thank you. You're the first person who's been like, AI sucks. So I'm glad to have your perspective. All right. Well. All right. Good luck selling more stuff.
Enjoy your tour.
Thank you. I think I'm gonna come back tomorrow. It's getting kind of late. I think I'm gonna do more tomorrow. Honestly, people were more receptive than I thought.
That night, back in the van, I decided to crack open an AI tool that I had been hearing about but hadn't yet tried, called Krea. Now, I have been paying a stupid amount of money for Runway and getting honestly trash results. So I was hesitant to subscribe to yet another AI service that would let me down. But as I started poking around the interface, I saw a tab that said Train. This is a tool that allows you to upload images and teach a model a specific character, object, or aesthetic. Runway also had a tool like this, and I tried it and it sucks. So I had pretty low expectations. So I uploaded 4 pictures of this drawing that I've been doing. I did this original drawing like 10 years ago, and then like every few years I did a little iteration on it. And so I got 4 images of them. I put them in Krea in the training thing, and it was basically the minimum. The minimum was 3, so they wanted a lot more, but I threw in 4. And eventually, I started getting things that I really liked. I mean, it's sort of like my drawings deconstructed and like sort of glitchy, but I kind of like that. And like, some of these are really cool. Like, I imagine them really huge in a museum. It would be awesome. I mean, this one of the last ones I made here, the one with like it looks like it's like a shaking, vibrating, like the two characters are like vibrating together or something. That was like a result of adding hot dog to the prompt. You could see there's a more visible hot dog there. As I was generating these and laughing at some of the results, and not laughing at them because they're bad, but laughing because I think like that one is awesome, and I honestly wish I'm feeling some kind of way like I wish I would have done that. And it's like I could have, I didn't. I won't lie that there was a bit of sadness when I saw that it made stuff that was really good that I didn't think of. My direction, my aesthetic, but its own twist on it, and it's a great twist. I won't deny that. There's some cool shit.
This feeling that I had, this both magical but somewhat sad feeling, gave me an idea. I have to find someone whose art I feel like I can rip off easily and who would let me rip them off. So
AI art. So